Taylor Swift fan dies before star's Rio show in sweltering heat. Clara Benevides dies of cardiac arrest while attending Taylor Swift concert in sweltering stadium. A Taylor Swift fan died during Friday night's concert in Brazil at the Estadio Olímpico Nilton Santos in Rio de Janeiro as the city came under a heat warning. Clara Benevides, 23, fainted while at the show and is believed to have had a cardiac arrest according to her cousin, Estela Benevides, and as reported by Brazilian newspaper Folha de São Paulo. Doctors at the scene attempted to revive the young fan but were unable to do. Swift was seen pleading with stadium staff to give concertgoers water in clips shared to social media. In a subsequent statement, the star said Benevides died before the concert and it is unclear if the group she was pointing to included the dead woman. Benevides was taken to Salgado Filho Municipal Hospital but died soon afterwards. The weather in Rio was 100°F on Friday, leading to a local heat warning, but felt more like 109°F, according to USA Today. Fans claimed online that they'd been banned from taking water into the venue. DailyMail.com has been unable to verify this claim. Temperatures in the stadium were at around 100 Fahrenheit during the performance, which at one point saw the 33-year-old pop star stop her show in order for water to be given to some members of the excited crowd. Shortly after the show was over, Swift wrote of her shock at what had happened on Instagram. "I can't believe I'm writing these words, but it is with her shattered heart that I say we lost a fan earlier tonight before my show. I can't even tell you how devastated I am by this," Swift wrote. "There's very little information I have other than the fact that she was so incredibly beautiful and far too young," she continued. "I'm not going to be able to speak about this from the stage because I feel overwhelmed by grief when I even try to talk about it. I want to say now I feel this loss deeply, and my broken heart goes out to her family and friends. This is the last thing I ever thought would happen when we decided to bring the show to Brazil." At one stage during the show, Swift brought the gig to a half and threw a water bottle into the crowd. "There's people that need water right here, maybe 30, 35, 40 feet back," she said, pointing to a group on the floor of the arena. "So whoever is in charge of giving them that, just make sure that happens. Can I get a signal that you know where they are? Do you see the phones?" Swift could be heard talking to her team offstage as the crowd chanted, "Water, water, water, water." In another portion of the show, Swift continued to sing while throwing a bottle of water into the crowd. The Eras Tour has a further 2 shows in Rio de Janeiro on Saturday and Sunday before heading to São Paulo, Brazil next weekend in the final stop of the 2023 tour leg. Earlier on Friday, a 16-year-old Taylor Swift fan who was gifted the singer's 22 hat during her Eras Tour stop in Cincinnati died after a 5-year battle with cancer. Ally Anderson was diagnosed with stage 4 alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma, an aggressive and rare soft tissue cancer, in 2018 at the age of 11. She died on November 13, according to People. When the teen attended Swift's concert in Cincinnati on July 1, she was brought down from her seat and taken to the front of the stage. The smiling pop star danced up to her and placed her black fedora from her 22-foot costume on her head as she held her hand over her mouth in disbelief. The moment was an unforgettable one for both Ally and her mother, Patty Garner Anderson, who was in the audience with her. "It changed my daughter's life immensely," she told People. "I hadn't seen Ally smile and laugh like that in a very long time." Ally shared a video of herself wearing the fedora on TikTok with the caption, "What happened?" She also posted footage of the moment Swift gave her the gift. "No words to describe what it felt like to be pulled from my seats to the floor. I knew immediately," she wrote. "Taylor was my first concert so many years ago. Honestly, such a full circle moment." Taylor Swift's fans begged for water during Brazil concert where extreme temperatures caused Swifties' death. During Taylor Swift's first night in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, a sea of fans were subjected to dangerous conditions which led to one concertgoer's death. After standing in line for hours to get inside the stadium and claim a good spot in the general admissions area, Clara Benevides fainted and had to be resuscitated at the stadium for about 40 minutes. According to Brazilian newspaper Folha de S. Paulo, Benevides suffered a second cardiac arrest on the way to the hospital, dying shortly after her arrival. Following news of the Swifties' death, other fans who were present for the concert gave insight into the terrible conditions via social media. In a video posted to X, formerly Twitter, a sweat-drenched Swift could be seen pausing her set to urge staff members to administer water bottles to concertgoers who were chanting for it. "It's very hot, so if somebody says they need water when it's this hot, they really need it," Swift said as fans could be heard yelling, "We need water." One American concertgoer who had attended the show recalled in a video posted to TikTok what he described as pretty unsafe conditions and unbearable heat. "People were really struggling. Right in front of me, I saw a girl faint. When we tried to call for help, nobody was able to really come," he shared. Throughout the show, people who were closer to the stage area actually started to leave because it was too hot for them. Hours before the show, social media videos showed fans dressed in very little clothing as they tried to hide from the deadly heat with umbrellas. Some also poured water on themselves as they waited to get access to the stadium. Another fan, who claims to have been at the concert, posted a video to TikTok recalling the grueling weather conditions at the stadium. "It felt like 140 degrees. It's a freaking heat wave," one fan said, explaining that hundreds of fans had gotten to the stadium hours in advance in an attempt to get seats close to the Lavender Haze singer. The fan also claimed the stadium wasn't allowing concertgoers to bring in water bottles and that it wasn't that accessible once you were there. Additionally, fans chose to forego getting water once inside the stadium because they didn't want to lose their seats. At one point, as Swift performed All Too Well, the fan recalled Swift throwing a bottle of water super hard to the audience. "Taylor herself had to hand out water when she has hundreds of thousands of people there to help us out," the fan went on, adding that stadium staff had tried to give out water to attendees, but it wasn't enough. "I was there. I was dying of heat exhaustion. I was like, almost passing out," they stated. Per the National Institute of Meteorology, in a statement provided to the Associated Press, Brazil is facing great danger from an ongoing heat wave, with parts of the country facing a high probability of major damage and accidents, with risks to physical integrity or even human life. Parts of the country reached upwards of 137 Fahrenheit earlier this week, per AP. Amid Brazil's ongoing heat wave, fans at Swift's Argentina concert faced similar difficulties. In a video circling TikTok, Swift's PR rep, Tree Payne, could be seen checking in on a fan who had gone weak from the heat. The young girl drank water as security helped her stand. Responding to the tragic passing of Benevides, Swift posted her own handwritten statement to her Instagram story Saturday. "I can't believe I'm writing these words, but it is with a shattered heart that I say we lost a fan earlier tonight before my show," Swift penned. "I can't even tell you how devastated I am by this." The blank space singer added that while she knows very little information on Benevides, she did know that the fan was incredibly beautiful and far too young. Continuing, Swift said that she is not going to be able to speak about this from stage because she feels overwhelmed by grief when she even tries to talk about it. "I want to say now I feel this loss deeply, and my broken heart goes out to her family and friends. This is the last thing I ever thought would happen when we decided to bring this tour to Brazil," Swift concluded. Despite stadium staff preparing for Saturday evening's show by handing out water bottles and even having firefighters spray the crowd with water, Swift announced that they would be postponing their second concert. "I'm writing this from my dressing room in the stadium. The decision has been made to postpone tonight's show due to the extreme temperatures in Rio," Swift wrote via Instagram. "The safety and well-being of my fans, fellow performers, and crew has to and always will come first." Swift has another scheduled show in Rio de Janeiro on Sunday before moving on to Sao Paulo on November 24th.